to my channel. I look very happy, but I am in a mood today. But before we get into that, thank you to my returning subscribers. Thank you to my new subscribers. I'm gonna do this real quick video because I need to edit it and get it up tonight, and I'm not trying to do a lot of editing, so we're just gonna do a nice little run through. Self-care Sunday. We're gonna clean up the face, do a little mask. We're gonna, what's it called? Dermaplane? I think that's what it's called. We're gonna do that. But before that, listen, I need to get this off my chest because this is something that always bothers me, and I don't for the life of me understand why it's so hard for people to just be nice. Like, everybody needs to stop being a douche face. I'm trying to think of the nicest word to possibly say because it is Sunday. So the way that my day went, for like the past 2 to 3 hours, I've been going from store to store to store to store, trying to find certain products that I use. Because, you know, for my face and for my skin, I have a very specific skin regimen. Like, there's certain products that I'm going to stick to. I don't like changing them up because if it works, it works, whatever. I might dibble and dabble every now and again, but not all the time. So my first stop was, all right, I'm going to the beauty supply store, and I'm going because I need to get some shea butter because I ran out. That's what I use. I don't use lotion anymore. I'll give an updated full routine of what I use now because I don't use the lotion anymore, but I'm gonna have to because I can't find my shea butter, right? So I go to the beauty supply store, and the one that I get, there's 2 different types of shea butter. There's white. Oh, this mascara is so hard to get off, and this is waterproof. I've never used waterproof mascara before. But anyway, there's white shea butter and then there's yellow shea butter. Either one is perfectly fine, but I think the white is supposed to be more like with less something in it, whatever. I don't know. I just use the white one. And then there's also 2 types of shea butter. You got the creamy kind, and then you have the chunky kind. I like the creamy kind just because it melts a lot easier when you're rubbing it in your hands. And I mix mine with vitamin E oil when I get out the shower. And it just melts really nicely. And I can just, you know, put it off my body and I'm good to go. And I also put it on my face at night. Man, this mascara is really sticking. Okay. Jeez, I've used it before, but they only had the waterproof kind. I really thought that these wipes would get it off. It says even waterproof mascara, these Neutrogena wipes, come on, they're not doing what they need to do. But anyway, so I went to the beauty supply store. They did not have it. All they had was the yellow one, #1, and then they had the chunky one. And I don't use either one of them. So I was kind of upset about that. So the only thing that I was able to get from there was my toner that I use from Ambi and my facial scrub from Palmer's, right? That was the only thing. So I was like, all right, well, let me go to Target because I need to get the hyaluronic acid that I use. And I know from what I understand, Target is the only place that has it. That's the only place I've ever seen it. So I was like, let me just go straight there. So I went to the first Target. They didn't have it. They only had the vitamin C. I already have the vitamin C here. I put that on in the morning. So I'm getting hot. So I was like, all right, let me run to the next Target. I get there, same exact thing. They only had the vitamin C one. I already have that one. So I need the hyaluronic acid because that's what I use at nighttime. So then I was like, you know what? Let me stop being stupid. Let me look up online and see who has the serum that I need at which locations instead of me going all over the globe. I looked it up. It was like, okay, it has it at this location. There's only 4 in stock. Bet. This is where I'm on my way to. So at this point, I think I'm on my third one, my third Target store. I went there. They didn't have it either. Let me see. Hold on. Pause for a second because I want to do a mask. This mud mask right here. But I got to clean my face first. Yeah, I do got to clean my face first. So let me clean my face. Hold on. Okay, so face is cleansed. And you're supposed to pat dry, which I did. Boom, 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 and apply the mask with the fingertips. Leave one for 15 minutes or until completely dry. So we're gonna do that. And then, so anyway, what was I saying? So I get to the third Target store. Long story short, they didn't have it either. So at this point, I'm really frustrated because I'm driving over here, can't find what I need, and I'm getting really irritated. And then they only had like the big one. I didn't need the big one because I don't use it like that. I only use it at night, so it kind of lasts me a little bit. So I was like, I just want to get the small one, right? So I checked one more store, and it was like, okay, it's at this location. Again, same thing. This one said it had 6 in stock. So I get there. Let me take my earrings off. I get there, and what do I see? What do I see? I see the vitamin C ones again. When I tell you I almost lost my mind, right? I was like, why is everybody using this one? It feels like that, right? When you find something that you like, all of a sudden everybody and their mother's using it and you can't find it no more. Okay, so that's what I was going through. Even though I know that's not the case, but that's the way it felt. So I was like, you know what? Against my better judgment, let me do something that I normally don't do, which is ask customer service for help. And the reason why I don't like going to customer service is because half the time they don't really want to help you in the first place. Am I supposed to avoid my eyebrow? Is this the one? No, this is fine. Because I have another one that says avoid your eyebrows and all of that good stuff, your hairline. I guess because it'll take it off. And so yeah, they don't like helping. They have attitudes, all of this. And I'm not one for the attitudes. I don't take well to people who have attitudes. So I was like, whatever. But again, I was at my 4th Target. So by this point, you know, I'm like super frustrated. I was like, I need to ask someone just to see. Let me just see. Because they do have like the little TV monitors that you can, like the keyboard, then you can type it up and you can find where something is. But it kept telling me that, okay, all we had was the big one. But again, I just looked online and we're talking like in a period of maybe 10 minutes. Ooh, it's kind of tingly. In a period of like 10 minutes, it said that they still had 6 in stock. So I was like, there's no way that they sold out that fast, right? So I get the customer service lady and I ask her, I show her, I was like, listen, do you have any more that's in the back? Because online about 10 minutes ago, it said you had 6 in stock, da 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 da. And I was waiting for her to tell me, you know, if we don't see it out there, it's not there. So she was initially nice. She was like, well, this is not my department. That's another thing. They love saying, this is not my department. This is not my department. Well, you know what? It's not my department either because I don't work for Target. So, she said that. I didn't flip out or anything. I look like from the movie Dead Presidents. Anyway, so she got on the walkie-talkie and she called the girl that does work in that department. So I was like, I bet. At least she did that. At least she called instead of just brushing me off by saying it's not my department, da-da-da-da. She didn't do that. She called the girl. And the girl politely responded. She was like, I'm on my meal. Can, you know, somebody else do it? So as soon as she said that she was on her meal, the lady that I was talking to kind of like smacked her forehead and was like, oh my God, type thing. And I understand it. You know, people don't want to work. You don't have a lot of employees. You're busy. I get all of that. I'm super empathetic to the retail environment. I understand that. However, you do have a customer here. So even if it's not your department and the other person is saying that they are on break, you're going to have to assist the customer. So that's what she did. She was like, well, let me just try to walk over. But she walked over to help me, like pushing the cart, because she was doing like back stock or whatever. She pushed it kind of like aggressively, so you could tell she was upset that she had to help me. I didn't say nothing. I let it slide, right? I didn't say a word. I was like, today's Sunday. You're not catching me out here. So she gets over there. She's looking. Again, not her department, so she doesn't know where to look. So I had to tell her. I was like, normally, I said, this is where the big one is, the big size. I said, but I need the smaller size. And she was like, okay, well, the small one is what I need because I need to scan the barcode. Fine. I was like, well, the small ones are usually over here. Let me show you where they are. So she was like, yeah, because I don't know. So I showed her where the small one was. And I was like, if you look, all of it just shows the vitamin C one. I was like, this is where it's supposed to be, the hyaluronic acid one. You can see the sign, the barcode, the name, everything. She was like, yeah, and somebody just dumped them all in here. I was like, I'm glad you said it. I'm thinking this in my head. I didn't say anything. So she scanned it, and when she scans it on her handheld, it's saying that they don't have any in the store at all. And I was like, well, that's strange because, again, I'm still nice. I'm still keeping everything, right? I'm saying I just looked online literally like 10 minutes before I got to the store, and it said that you guys had 6 in stock. And she was like, no, but if you look right here, there's nothing here, da-da-da. And I was like, well, maybe you guys should, like, you know, update the website. And I'm not saying it to be a dick, right? I know I didn't mean it that way. The reason I'm saying you should probably update the website is so for 2 reasons, right? The first one is I don't gotta come here and I don't gotta annoy you by asking you questions about a department that you don't even work in, because if the website was up to date to reflect what you actually have in stock and it would say we don't got none, I wouldn't have come here. So I wouldn't be bothering you. I wouldn't have wasted my gas driving over there. So there's a lot of reasons than me just trying to be a smart aleck by saying you should update your website. And I wasn't saying you as in her in particular. I'm just saying in general, whoever is responsible for making sure that the inventory is up to date or whatever. However that goes, that person or machine, whatever it is, it needs to be on point, because that's the whole reason why us as the consumer goes online to see what you have in stock in the first place, right? That's the reason why we use that service. So we're not driving to this store and driving to this store and there's nothing there for us. It's a waste of time. It wastes everybody's time, right? So when I said that to her, I guess that was the last straw for her, and she felt that she had already done everything she can do and she got ticked off, whatever. So she throws her hands up and she's walking away and talking to me while she's walking away. That is what pissed me off. I can deal with if I ask you a question, you don't know the answer, and you say, ma'am, I'm sorry, I don't know. I can deal with, we don't have this in stock, you know, I can deal with all that. What I can't deal with is disrespect. Because you know what? It is free to be kind. It don't cost you nothing to be nice. Nothing. But if I would have lost my temper and, like, you know what I'm saying, really went there with her, then I would have been the one getting in trouble. Like, and it's not worth it over hyaluronic acid. Is it a good product? Yes, it's an excellent product. Otherwise, I wouldn't have traveled to 4 stores to try to find it. My message is stop being mean. Right? If I'm talking to you and I'm the customer and I'm standing here and I'm in your face and I'm talking to you, don't walk away from me and answer my question. While you're walking away from me, you're gonna talk to me while you're walking? That's not disrespectful. I'm just supposed to be like, all right, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But that's what I did though. That's what I did. I didn't say nothing back. I didn't curse. Like, I didn't do nothing. Yo, when I tell y'all I am such a freaking work in progress. Now, the same situation kind of or similar happened last week when I was out with my girls, but that was different because the B word was used and all this other kind of stuff, and so whatever. But in this one, I felt like this lady was completely out of line. Now, granted, I don't know what's going on in her personal life. She may have all kinds of stuff going on. She could have had a really, really bad day, but you know what? None of that is my fault. None of it. And I'm not the one to be like the Karen types and be like, oh, the customer's always right, because that's not what I was saying. You don't have something, you don't have something. I'm cool with that. We fine. But watch how you talk to me. Because if I'm talking to you nicely, I expect you to talk to me nicely in return. You know, and it's so easy to just be that way. And I understand why, like, a lot of, I don't condone it now. Don't get it twisted. But I do understand why a lot of times retail workers, you know, customers be going upside their head. I understand it because it's all in how you talk to people, because you never know. Suppose I was having like the day from hell. Suppose I walked in, you know, on my husband cheating on me, like physically saw him. Suppose I lost my job. This is all in the same day. Suppose a close family member passed away. All 3 of those things happening in that one day. Right? Already has me on 10. And then I'm coming into the store trying to find a product that I can't find. Another level of frustration. And then I have to deal with your attitude. That's enough to put anybody over the top. You understand? And that's why I say you need to be nice to people, because you never know what they're going through. So that's why I brushed off her rudeness as she got some other stuff going on that has nothing to do with me. And because I know how my temper is, let me just walk away and whatever. So I even thanked her. You know what I'm saying? And just walked away, whatever the case is. I decided, you know what? Let me just get the bigger size. And it's not even that much size difference. Let me show y'all. So this is the small one that I use. Really, really tiny. Hold on. Really, come on now. There it is. Really tiny. That's what it looks like. The size is like 0.33, fluid ounces, right? And then this is the bigger one. They almost look alike. I know it's kind of blurry, but you see, they almost look alike. However, this one here is $13, and then this one is $5. Because I don't use, even though I use it every night, a little bit goes a long way, because I only use literally like one drop. I'll put the dropper in, squeeze it once, and what comes out, that's all I use. So it can last me a few weeks. So I was like, I don't want to spend $13 if I could spend $5. And on the website, it says you have it, so I expect you to have it. So I say all of that to say, be nice. My other issue is these managers need to, and this is across the board. I don't care what state you live in. This is for all retail departments. I mean, retail stores, whatever. Stay on top of your inventory. Stay on top of what you need to have in shipment. There's no reason, especially if this is a common item. Like, I cannot tell you, this was not the first store that I went to today to look for a product that just was not on the shelf. You understand? There's a lot of products that I use that are very common. They're not like super unique products like, oh my God, like whatever, that you can't find them. And I'm going to these stores, it's still not dry. It says until it dries, right? It says 15 minutes or until completely dry. I don't know. And they're just not on the shelves. Like, the items are not on the shelves, and you have to plan for the unexpected. You have to plan for if it's really bad weather and you know your supplier is coming from that way, you're not going to be able to get your inventory, then your shelves are going to be empty, your customers are not going to get what they want, your store's not making any money, customers are getting frustrated. Like, it's a domino effect. So the managers need to step their game up, or whoever is responsible for making sure that you have enough product. I was talking to Karen, and she was saying that her old store that she used to work for, her manager would actually over-order. Now, I know every store's different budget, all of that good stuff, but her manager used to over-order on a lot of things because when it got down to the nitty-gritty and a lot of stores didn't carry certain stuff, or if they had inclement weather or just whatever the case was to prevent them from having their shipment come in on time, if it was a delay or whatever the case was, they just pulled it from the back stock. But if you don't order enough, like if you don't, again, plan for the unexpected, you can't even pull from back stock, so you can't help your customer out. You know what I'm saying? Like, just don't be a manager just to get a paycheck. Don't do that. You know what I'm saying? And for these retail workers, loosen up the attitude a little bit. You feel me? Because, and again, this is not trying to sound like a dick, but if it's not for the customers, you wouldn't have a job. Try to let that sink in. I understand it can be crappy working retail sometimes. I get it. I've done it. Like, I'm not better than nobody else. I understand how it is. You on your feet 8-10 hours a day dealing with customers asking you the same questions over and over and over again, asking you questions about a department you have no knowledge of. Somebody's calling in sick, so now you got to come in early, or you can't get off your shift, or you don't have time to, like, I get all of that. But it don't have nothing to do with the customer. Because when you're a customer, you want to be treated with respect, so you need to do it on the other side. It works both ways. And I was always raised to where you don't respect nobody that doesn't respect you, right? And a lot of times that kind of scenario, it can work, but it's hard. It's really hard. And then situations just escalate for no reason that really don't have to escalate. You know what I'm saying? And not everybody's going to handle the situation in the same way. You have some people who are very mild-tempered. They know how to talk. They can communicate. Even if they're really pissed off, they're very soothing and this and this and this. I ain't one of them. I'm not one of them at all. At all. But I'm working on it. I'm working on it. Like, if you knew me from years ago, like as long as Karen has known me, you can see the growth with me. And I was talking to somebody about that earlier. You can see the growth with me. But every now and again, like, you feel it, and it's just like, why? What did I do to you? You see what I'm saying? Like, it's just not, it's not cool. It's not cool. So this is still kind of wet. So I'm gonna let it dry for a little bit, and then I'll come back, and then because I really want to do this. I don't know if I'm gonna have much hair that comes off, because I don't know. I've never done it in my life, but I did hear that once you do it, you have to keep doing it every 2 weeks. I hope that's not true, because I really don't want to sit here and shave my face every 2 weeks. It's not even that I look hairy, because I don't, but I heard that it makes it so that when you're putting like your products on, it gets into your skin better, like your moisturizers and all of that. I don't know how true this is, but we're gonna see. I'm game. So I'll be back when this, dries and wash off and all of that good stuff. Okay, you hear it? So it's dried. Let's go ahead and wash it off. It says use warm water. Just like any other mask, same thing. You know what it smells like to me? And I was wondering where the smell was coming from. Yeah, that mascara is still coming off. All right, we might have to switch from waterproof. And I got a pimple here. I just ended my cycle, so that could be the reason why. But you know what this mask smells like to me? It smells like relaxer. That's exactly what it smells like a perm. I don't know if that's good or bad, but it's a mud mask. It has peppermint oil, cooling camphor, and cleansing kaolin. I don't know how you say that word, but whatever. So now I'm gonna just use my toner. Normally I don't use the toner after a mask. Well, not all the time, it just depends. But the only reason I'm doing it this time is because even though I used the hot water, that one was still, or the warm water, that one was still a little tough to get off. And I just want to make sure that I get all of it, all the mask, like the residue, completely off my skin. I don't want any leftover because, you know, it says you're supposed to definitely get it off in like 15 minutes. I just want to make sure that it's all gone. I gotta be careful with this nose ring. I won't pull it. Okay. Yeah. Is that really the mask that smells like that? Something. I don't know, maybe it is the mask. Who knows, whatever. So now, I'm gonna go ahead and just shave my face. I'm not gonna do a dry shave. I'm gonna use vitamin E oil. I put this on my face anyway. This is usually my last step, but it's the only oil that I have. I don't want to use the hyaluronic acid on my face. Not yet, not for this, because I'm gonna just shave it off. So I'm gonna just put this on, and hopefully it'll be enough. All right, just put it on like that, I guess. I don't know. And let's go. I am going to go down because I see a lot of people, they typically go down. So let's see what we get. I'm so excited. Okay. Oh, you're doing it right. Do I just not have hair on my face? I don't think so, y'all. There's nothing that came off. I have sideburns, so I know something gonna come off. Okay, I think we got, well, I got one here. You can't really see that. I got one here. This is dumb. Let me not say that, because I know people really do this. But I guess I just don't have a lot of hair on my face. Yeah. Well, luckily this thing was only $1, so. Oh, wait a minute, wait a minute. I saw a line. All right, so I'm just hairy on one side of my face. Is that what it is? And then do we wash our face again after? Oh no. Is this here? Yeah. Y'all. Are we supposed to do the nose? I don't know. I'm scared. I don't want to cut my face. There should definitely be something up here. I got a little something. Yeah, it's just not, it's not a lot. It's not a lot. Nope. And on camera, I know it looks even worse. See, there's a little, you see the little line right there? I got a little bit coming. A little bit, but not a lot. So I don't know what that means. Am I supposed to have hair? I don't know. Anyway, I think I'm done with that. That's all I got off. I don't know if y'all can really see that, but that's all I got off. I don't know if I'm supposed to wash my face again or tone it or what. I don't know what to do. I guess I'm gonna just rinse it one more time, go over with the toner, and then do my regular nighttime routine. I have no idea what I'm supposed to do. It's a lot of work being a girl. I told somebody that today. I was like, I want to be a boy. Because I feel like boys just have it so much easier. You know, they don't worry about all of this stuff. I mean, you do have some guys that are actually on point with their skin regimen. Is this gonna burn? I didn't even think about that. Because I just shaved? No, okay, I'm good. Oh. Yeah, I don't think I'll be doing that again. Again, it said that you're supposed to do it every 2 weeks if you're gonna do it. That's the first time ever, so maybe my skin won't remember that I just did it. Because I really don't feel like I want to do that again. I feel like, for me, I feel like it was just pointless and I'm just dragging a razor across my face. And it made it a little red right there. This mascara is still coming off. Yo. Who knew waterproof mascara was like this? Nobody told me nothing. Nothing. But anyway. Alright, so now we're just going to do my regular nighttime routine. I didn't do the facial scrub only because I put the mask on. I shaved. So I didn't want to like over process my face. So I'm not doing all of that. Alright, so my next step, typically after I wash my face, I'll go in with my under eye drops, my vitamin C under eye drops. Do that. Just a little, forgot you gotta do focus every time. A little jelly. And they say you're only supposed to put them underneath your eyes, but I also put them on top. And then like right where that line is, your eye line, I just rub it. I use my ring finger because your ring finger is supposedly, I've said this before, lighter in terms of like pressure. I think it has like the lightest pressure of all the fingers. So we do that, and then my next step, oh, since I have it now, I forgot because it's been so long since I've had this. My next step is my coveted hyaluronic acid, and the brand that I use is AR Naturals. In case you want to see, I will link everything for you. And again, whatever is in the dropper, you see where it's at. That's pretty much it. I might do a little bit more just because that one was nothing. And that's it. That's what I meant to get. I need some more castor oil. I don't have any more because I used that on my eyebrows. So I rub it in. All that. Then been using this for years. My Palmer's night cream. Unless I find something better, this is what I stick to. This is what I stick to. Again, I rub it all over my face. I really pay attention to the eyes because we don't want, you know, the wrinkles and all that. And I do my neck. You can do your neck up or you can do it down. I used to do it down, but then I thought gravity already pulls everything down. I want to be the opposite, so I go upwards. If I'm doing it wrong, I apologize, but that's just the way that I do it. And then, the very, very last step is I put the vitamin E oil right on top of that. Now, I realize it may seem like it's a lot of steps, but it's not. And I also realize that everybody's skin is different. So, by all means, if the stuff, and this is all I use, like literally one drop. If, like, putting this oil is too much for you, don't do it. Do not do stuff just because you see me or somebody else doing it, because everybody's skin is different. And I realize, especially for people who have naturally oily skin, coming in with an oil, it might be a lot and all of that good stuff. But for me, knock on wood, it's been pretty okay. As long as you get the basics, cleanse, tone, get a mask in there every now and again, and some type of moisturizing cream to sleep at night. And these, I just wear these because it keeps the water from dripping all down your arm. In case you're wondering what these are, I got them from Temu. They came a pack of 2 for like 99 cents, something like that. But they have them everywhere. They got them Ulta, you know, wherever, Amazon, all that good stuff. And that's really it. Sometimes I'll do a little lip mask. I'm not gonna put one on right now because I'm drinking my wine, so it'll be a moot point. But that is pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't mind my earlier rant, but I did mean what I say. Like, everybody need to just relax. Relax a little bit. Be nice, okay? Be nice. Yeah, so if you liked the video, don't forget to hit that like button. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.